Ooh, here we go.
I gotta tell you, you bringing out the decimals for this has me feeling some kind of way. It has me feeling like we're gonna be starting in the loser side of this bracket. Apparently, though, with Zycles and Van and off rip a second DJ here in the bracket today. So I hope Zycles feels comfortable with this matchup. There is a non-zero chance that if they win this, they may have to play it again. Fighting their way out of the corner, nice pickup off the low forward, and just like that, we are pushed back to mid-screen. But you are in burnout. That is a scary spot to be in.
I think they tried to do an OD combo while burnt out. It looks like that might have been the case. Van took full advantage of that with the punish counter, doing absolute monstrous amount of chips here, but didn't get the kill. One little pixel of health left. Gets the cross up with the OD Tatsu. Hits the overhead. Spends a little extra bar to make them go flying. Safe jump into the forward throw. Zycles could bring this back, and they absolutely do with the reset. Zycles stealing that round from that man.
That was wild. I think Van should have gone for a reversal a little bit earlier in that sequence. There's spots where it can feel a little bit, but sometimes it's better to make the bet when you can afford to lose it versus if you can't afford to lose it, making that bet feels real bad. So we're bringing out that energy a little bit earlier here in this round, not wanting to stay stuck in that corner position. But Zycles bringing out that standing medium kick and that strong neutral play like you had highlighted earlier. Accidentally corners themselves, but the can keeps them safe.
Yeah, their use of the can has been really fascinating. It's not so much been for the extension of throw pressure, but more so for the neutral play, which I think is something has been advertised for Kimberly, but not really seen as much. That being said, Zycles trying to get this corner pressure going, even while burned out. Van taking the opposite approach, staying defensive until option hits, but Zycles hitting their super first means that is going to be a dead Van for game number 1.
Absolutely, looking real strong out the gate on this one. A little touch and go there in that first round, but hey, there is no better way to clinch it out than a near reverse perfect from the corner position and in burnout. Like, geez, what a strong start. Counter DI out of Van though. Zycles tunnel visioned a little bit. They thought they were him.
Yeah, you thought you had the win going for you, but nope, not that much. Van now taking full advantage of that opportunity that Zycles presented for them. Doing good amounts of damage in this corner. Good lord. 2 throws will kill here. We barely started this round, but there's a dead Zycles on the ground there. Perfect KO for Van, and that might be the picker-upper you need in this loser's side of the bracket.
Yeah, a real strong start there. You got to be able to, convert off of a lot of these errant hits as DJ, especially if you have the drive gauge to commit. He can dish out so much damage as long as you're prepared to, use the resources that you have. Can keeping them safe. Yes. Holding the down charge through the parry so that they can bust out with the reversal. Now trying to fight their way out of the corner, but a great counter poke out of Zycles as Van. Tunnel vision's a little bit too far. Can comes out, and we have the pickup. Just finish this into level 3. Oh, I don't agree with the greed. You're actually alive because you don't have the can.
Take a breather. Elbow drop for the win. And you know what? If any character is going to get that last hit, it's going to be Kimberly. So I can kind of respect it. I know you're not on the same side of the fence, but that's just how it played out. Zycles now on set point, trying to make this work as Van swings those deadly hammers.
Actually, let me hear from Voice of God real quick. Is top 8 3 out of 5?
It should be 3 out of 5. My apologies.
Word, 3 out of 5. Yeah, so not quite set point yet. Zycles gets a nice pickup after that neutral jump, but we are going to cash out this level 3. Van is going to be in burnout. Back up to the wall. Zycles gets that move speed and that damage buff. This is Zycles' round to lose, I certainly believe. What a shimmy connect!
That was mean. That was mean. But respectable nonetheless. You know that Van was now looking only for either the drop or forward throw, and in that case, the neutral tech came from him. Zycles now 2-0 against Van, and as mentioned, this is top 8 of a CPT event, so all of these matches are going to be first to 3.
All Right, trying to keep this corner position locked down. Van's been trying to, but the OD Tatsu has been a consistent way that Zycles has been able to get out of the corner. Is somebody going to find an answer to it, or is everybody just going to get caught out? No! In fact, if it... go for 3, sure!
Yeah, it didn't work out, but it's not as if he got punished for it or even really lost any momentum. Van right now trying to get out the last bit of drive that Cycle has. Unfortunately, only took some of their life, and you know what? That drive rush low will be the end of it. Round finally for Van.
Right. DR round start, cool step to reset back. And the punish counter off of the cool step follow-ups as well. That's that tricky movement that DJ needs to cycle in. I like to call it that DJ needs to hit you on the offbeat.
Oh my god, that is way offbeat now. Van getting absolutely decimated for that whipped anti-air. Thankfully has the reversal in their pocket.
Right. Cool step repping the low once again. We reset back. I think Van, it's in Van's interest to try to slow this down. You're not doing so hot on drive gauge right now. The longer this takes, the better it goes for you.
Ooh, that's a good point to cash out, and absolutely use the level 3 not only to kill your opponent, but to give yourself a nice 10% buff for the rest of the last round as we move to set point.
Yep, definitely a great spot for Zycles to be in. Van does have that level 3 in the tank, but I feel like we've not really seen Van get the opportunity to bring out their big damage all that much. Let's see. Yep, not choosing to commit. I think that would have been a decent spot to try to bust out the level 3 early. You have the corner position now. Early with the throw, counter jab connects.
That won't be a combo that can go into level 3, so yeah, right now Cycles getting away with a little bit of their life, but Van does have that nuke sitting in their pocket. Zycles, though, takes the forward throw, eats that damage, and now really has to figure out how they're going to play the rest of this round with such a life deficit.
Okay, nice up kicks out of Van on the side swap. I don't have to know what side it is when it's a down-up charge. Manages to get the better of that and has a game on the board now.
All right, we could see a reverse 3-0 situation if Cycle is not able to stop whatever Van is doing to get a little bit of a lead.
All right. Ooh. Really trying to use the air movement tools that Kimberly has to try to make sure they're not overcommitting in spots that they might not want to. The OD up kicks out of Van has been a big differentiator so far through this set. I think representing that reversal and anti-air option has gone a long way to try to slow Cycles down, but you're still so stuck in the corner.
Yeah, I think Cycles was really hoping for some sort of trade combo there in the corner, but it gave Van an opportunity to punish, and you just can't give DJ an option. There's the reversal, but what? It's too slow. I forgot that was a trait of hers, that Super Art 1. It's just a little bit slowed on the draw.
Yeah, that's not what you want as Zycles. This set even was looking so good for you, but it seems like Van has just started to get a rhythm on that wake up jab out of Van. Damn, Van is feeling confident right now if they're waking up jab.
Ooh, big punish counter hit. I think this should be a kill sequence. Oh yeah, especially after the machine gun upper. I'm sorry, but Zycles, that's another game for Van right there.
DJ just does so much damage, and it's exactly like I said. If you've got the meter in the tank to cash out, you can delete somebody from like 30% health easy, if not more.
Yeah, that machine gun upper does. It should. I nearly played DJ because I love how much damage that machine gun upper can do. But man, it hurts to see somebody get hit by it.
Oh man, overcommits to the target combo, and that OD up kicks actually hits as a punish counter there, which helps to equalize the amount of resources spent on the reversal in the first place. Cycles having this corner control, but defensive back tech out of Van steals the corner position. No anti-airs though, Cycles is able to jump out. We are trading hard.
Oh my god. Momentum seems a bit more in Cycle's favor now. Tries to backdash to get something, but the overhead not only connects, but it combos into the paint can. All right, Cycle's looking a little bit back on balance after being shaken for the last 2 rounds.
All right, DI, even if we just get you know, the little bit of block damage and the little bit of corner carry out of just pushing through mid-screen. Not awful for Zycles. Van up against the corner now. Counter DI ready. Zycles is definitely awake at the wheel.
Are we going to cash out, though? No, we're not. Tries for the overhead. It gets blocked, and Van right now pressuring back after taking quite a beating in this corner.
Yeah, I think Zycles has much more of a set play focused style where they don't want to go for the level 3 in spots where they might prefer to get Oki, and here is exactly why, because they are going to be able to close this one out here as they cash out this level 3 from that overhead reset, and Zycles gets the better of it. 3-2 over Van to move on. Van securing that 7th place finish, and those 20 points, I'm not quite sure where they were on the leaderboard going into tonight, but 20 points is nothing to shake at.
No, it's not at all. Unfortunately, it's definitely not the points you want, especially as things are trying to close out here. But I hope to see them at the next tournament nonetheless. They made a good showing here, taking a few rounds here from Zen, doing a good toe-to-toe up against Zycles there. But, you know, unfortunately, that's where their tournament run ends today. Meanwhile, Zycles moves on forward and hopes to maybe attain a lot more points for themselves to eke out into the top 8 standings.
Yeah, and as you can see from the lower third right here, our next match, we're going to be keeping the loser side action going for all of y'all. Slice versus MTL's Rami. Expectation here is that it's going to be Dalsim versus Rashid. Now, Houseman, you said you're a Rashid player. What do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, Rashid players hate it, man. They hate this matchup. It's one of those matchups where the Rashid doesn't mind going to the air or running beneath a lot of your a lot of Dalsim's like kind of diagonal air options, which can oftentimes frustrate the even other rushdown characters. And man, Dalsim mains that focus on the zoning aspect of the character definitely hate this matchup. That being said, we've seen Slice be more aggressive, especially in their matchup against Electribe, who was, you know, playing Kimberly and definitely had that OD teleport option that gave them a little trouble early on in their set, but frankly, they proved themselves to be able to counter it later on. So Slice may be up to the task, and maybe they don't hate this matchup as much as the rest of their brethren do.
Now, a question for you. You know, especially when I'm unfamiliar with the matchup or I've not necessarily seen it played a whole lot, I try to suss out based on the tools. Now, the fact that Rashid's tornadoes have that upwards arc, does that interact in this matchup in any sort of interesting way? Like, Sim is going to try to float in that space in front of you. You have a unique tool as Rashid to try to put something on the screen there. Does that come up at all?
Yeah, you have the whirlwind shots, you have SA2 eventually, you have the slide under, even like you have the run in general, and the run as on its own is like one of the best tools against Sim. But again, it's how the players use those tools. Jesus. My Lord in heaven. Like he just whip punished him from round start. Okay, thankfully the Eagle Spike got punished there, but Rami is not playing around right now. He is looking to maul the Sim before the round even gets started.
Okay, forced knockdown state, but up back into drill out of Slice. Slice in a kind of a scary spot here. Love that air throw answer out of Rami. Not really trying to worry about where you are, what you're doing. As long as you're in the air above me, I'm going to scoop you. We wanted for the throw punish on the parry. We're not going to get it, but Rami's able to cash out and close out the round off of a little bit of a scrambly situation there. I love how effective Rami was at finding that whiff punish early on and then just staying in the pocket.
It was so brutal. He didn't even look for the data. He knew it was there and just whiff punished immediately. Oh, can he juggle off this? No, unfortunately. But even then, we'll take the hits we can get. Getting punished for the perfect parry attempt, but reversal EX Mixer means we're going to get a knockdown into SA2. Now, Slice does try to reverse with the Super Art 1, and it actually works out marvelously well.
Okay, but we do find the air throw there to Rami, who I think if I had to criticize their position at all right now, their drive gauge is not looking super stellar, but they have that corner position, spinning the drive gauge to get that throw going in behind the fireball once again. Rami spends the drive reversal, and I'm sorry, Slice spent the drive reversal. Rami found the punish, but overcommits after dropping the combo. We get the juggle state off of the teleport, though. So awake, first game on the board for Rami.
Yeah, even if something doesn't go in his favor, and this is a compliment to both sides, honestly. They're still really aware of the situation, and they're ready to get back up and still keep playing. but I think Rami's just been slightly better at juggling these kind of scrambly situations.
Yeah, I think of the two, I feel like Rashid is a little better equipped to try to live in that pocket. I think he's a little bit more frenetic of a character, where Dhalsim needs to be having, you know, a hand on the wheel at all times. And that's exactly what you want to see as the result of that, is Slice managing to secure the perfect off of that round. What an answer. But there's that fireball I had asked you about.
Yeah, that fireball is real nice in that it has that curved trajectory. Slice right now in the corner. He's going to get a juggle off of this, does Rami. Sets up the meaty. Oh, in fact, fakes it out. Gets the throw, gets the perfect parry. Look at these juggles, man. Oh,
what an answer.
Beautiful.
And he's got level 2 in the tank to cash out on the first opportunity that he gets to be able to set up that Rashid game in exactly the way they want. I think that was supposed to be an air throw that we just didn't really get. How patient are you going to be? I mean, I don't imagine that you want to send until you get a knockdown. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Slice is going to try to teleport. No, just blocks out most of it. Uses the drill to avoid a throw, but gets hit by another throw off of a whiff option. Slice right now backs off just a little bit, try to regain a little bit of drive, teleports in and gets air thrown again for their troubles, which I have to say is a recurring theme so far.
Yeah, Rami's turning this into a set of Guilty Gear right now. Let me tell you, lockdown in the corner, Slice gets clipped by the DR jab, but Rami wasn't ready for the follow-through, but after the tick grab, 100% is ready. 2 games up to none is Slice. I don't know what game Rami's playing right now. It's Street Fighter, it's Guilty Gear. Slice is, the only thing Slice is playing with right now is their thumbs.
Oh my god, these pickups in the air juggle combos have been beautiful from Rami. You can really feel that they have a good feel for the character. Maybe not so much for the defense, though. All these perfect parry attempts and these delay tech attempts have landed themselves in a burnout, and Slice is going to try to take full advantage of this.
Huge, but the neutral jumps out of Rami. No, we commit. Wow! The poke string out of Rami actually clipped after the armor had gone away, just shy of getting the wall slump, but Slice finds the air-to-air that time and is able to finally secure a round for themselves here over Rami.
But the scary thing, if you're Slice, is that that round was more so decided by Rami overextending and being a little too rambunctious on defense. So it was more something that they lost to rather than Slice creating situations that they might be able to replicate. Rami right now setting up Super Art 2. Slice looking to survive past this tornado. Trade. Okay, escapes just in time.
Yeah, we weathered the storm just fine there, thankfully.
Ooh, fall on the fireball. Rami right now not doing too well in the blaze that Slice is setting up. But there's the reversal drive impact against Slice's own. Can we use level 1 to burn him out? Yes, we can. Now what do you do with Slice?
Commits to the teleport, gets that forced knockdown juggle stayed after, and the burnout pressure out of Rashid is so difficult to contend with. He's so good at generating plus frames for himself. Rami gets the stun right into throw and is able to clinch out that round. This is set point for Rami. Are we getting a 3-0?
Might just get it, but you know what? Slice has shown that they can get a round out of them here and there. Another air throw comes out for Rami. Good challenge from Slice, but not too much reward. And that's probably one of the biggest overall issues of this matchup, is that no matter how many times you stop Rashid as Dhalsim, your reward is not nearly as high for keeping him out as it is for him getting in. And so that DPS race is just brutal.
I think you're absolutely right. That's not an uncommon problem for, you know, more defensive characters in a lot of these titles. Reversal level, I'm sorry, that's only level 2. Rami does find the throw, manages to get through it, even getting the parry on that last little tick to make a little bit more drive gauge for themselves. Meaty fireball, and we can. Level 2 in the back. This is looking like it's Rami set to lose. Plus frames, what's it gonna be?
Yeah, good use of the drive parry at the last situation. Oh, I don't know how you survive being burnt out against this character. You don't. You try to teleport out, but he recovers in time and smacks you down. Rami is going to take a 3-0 against Slice, who had a good run and even almost knocked Fluxwave into loser's side of the bracket, but unfortunately just couldn't eke it out against Fluxwaves and couldn't eke it out against Rami now.
Yeah, I think those were two very different looking matchups to me, right? Like the
Oh,
Flux
yeah.
Waves matchup, that was so tight, but I think, Flux Waves is just so good at making those last minute adjustments to just barely avoid falling away. Rami, though, Rami came into this setup with exactly the right kind of energy, and I think just had the scope on Dalsim the entire time. I feel like Slice spent so much of that set on the back foot. The fact that Rami was able to bring out those, air throws as quickly and effectively as they were to nullify it's the air throw game for like the float stuff, and having the force knockdown juggle combos off of checking teleport just made it that much harder for Slice to try to navigate through the screen. So definitely well deserved as they move on, and we will be moving on to the winner's side of our bracket now. Joe Umerogen versus Zhen is going to be our first match. What are you expecting to see out of this matchup, Houseman?
This, like, I feel like Joe has always been on like the precipice of like really high level play. Like, and that's not that's not trying to downplay him, but like, there's like people that are like always getting top 16 at Capcom Cup, for example, and like Joe's just been just outside of that, and I feel like Zhen is going to be a test to whether or not he's ready for that next level of kind of Street Fighter play.
Right, it's very much like you're in the top 5% of players, but the difference between the top 5% and the top 3% is like actually way wider of a gap than you would realize. And it's really in the details. Zhen is on the back foot right now in terms of life, in terms of position, in terms of drive gauge, but using that Sobot kick as a poke, that crouching strong out of Joe there. Luke's crouching strong, such a great button.
Okay, Joe, despite having the life lead, is in burnout, and we're gonna see if Zhen can take massive advantage of that.
No, a big
clean
jump in as Zhen goes for the fireball. Joe has a great read on it and is able to secure the round despite being in burnout.
He so consistently wins in ways that look so simple, but like he's getting the wins that no one else is. So like it has to be something. It's something that you just can't fully describe sometimes.
It's the Ume and Umerogen. Maybe that's what it is. There's a power that comes with that.
You're not wrong. You might just be right.
Right? 3 bars in the tank for both players. Zhen has the life lead, the drive gauge deficit. They're playing quite aggressive. I'm a little bit surprised that they're not more willing to just back off and try to slow the game down, but they really want to circle the trap right now. Joe stuck in the corner, can't really afford to block these fireballs all that much. I wonder, was that intended?
The reversal super? Absolutely. Joe wanted that to beat the fireball, but the setup was safe against that super, and you'd have to think Zhen knew that. Like I said, it's not as if it deters Joe from a good round start. Getting a clean jump-in combo, then a punish counter forward throw. I think this almost kills. Oh my god, Joe.
That was a brave wake-up jab out of Zhen, and now they're fighting their way out, catching out Joe for reaching in these gaps.
He said Joe is one reversal away from winning.
He is, but when is the reversal going to come out? I'm surprised at the amount of patience that they've demonstrated. You could have made that bet so many times already. No! The juggle hits too high up, so Zhen isn't able to finish out into the level 3, and overcommitment after the fireball. I think Zhen believed that there was going to be a little bit more hesitation out of Joe, but instead dashes into that second fireball and gives Joe the first game on the board here in our winner's side top 8.
You know what? I was kind of putting Joe up to the task of like getting to that next level. It shouldn't be surprising to anybody that he's able to take games, if not maybe this whole set, off of Zhen. He's just so effective as a player in general.
All right, goes for the side swap, has the frame kill ready, and is ready with the whiff punish after. Joe is looking really practiced in a lot of the situations that he's reproducing on screen right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anything, Zhen's looked like he's grasping in a few ways. Not burnt out yet. Joe is on his side, but we've seen Joe be this way before. Just goes for these jump-ins when he assumes the opponent is on the defensive. And it's been working out marvelously. Sandblast clears it out in another round for Joe Umerogen. Oh man, oh man. Like, I know we kind of mentioned earlier that DJ has a weakness to drive impacts. You'd almost think he has one against jump-ins with how well Joe is using his jump-ins to do massive amounts of damage against Shen.
Well, you had highlighted earlier, right? The reliance on back roundhouse can be a problem in certain ranges against certain, characters and jump arcs. And Zhen, it seems, is having to answer by way of, just having down charge more often. Punish counter starter there for Joe. I don't know. I tend not to like committing drive gauge to punish counter combos or perfect parry combos, but that wasn't a bad spot to do it because it does give you an awful lot of screen control. Now, as Zhen is committing a lot of resources to try to fight his way out of the corner.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's never one to be afraid of burning a little extra meter, especially when you get it all back from super arts like this. Putting Zhen pretty much at throw range of kill. Joe now backs off a little bit and just waits for the super art 2 from Zhen, who lets it rip. And now Joe is up 2-0 against Zhen, looking to knock him down into loser side so early on in our top 8.
Right, there's that back roundhouse. We clip with the low there. We go for the shimmy, but Joe is having a lot of luck counter poking through some of these gaps that Zhen is leaving. I feel like Zhen needs to tighten the game up a little bit. Joe is disrespecting these gaps, and I feel like Zhen hasn't got wise to that just yet.
I mean, sometimes that just happens. You get so caught up in the meta of delaying and assuming your opponent will respect you that, some people can take full advantage of that. That being said, Zhen does have the corner now. Ooh, frame traps with the back heavy kick, but it was the second hit, so no cancel for you. Oh, cool sways right through, but he didn't believe. He didn't believe how cool he was. Side switch for Joe. Gets the forward throw, and then... Oh, Jesus. Did anybody expect that?
But we're committing a lot to this. I don't imagine level 2 here isn't going to kill. And another one of these unfortunate drops. We have in time with the reversal level 1 through the fireball. You have to be worried throwing fireballs against a Luke who is loaded with at least 1 bar of super. Joe Ume-Rogan on set point to move on to the winners finals over Zhen.
I'm going to be Zhen doing some DDR style training after today. It's always been the medium kick button that drops. I can't imagine that's a setup. I can't. I don't see it in there. Ooh, the meaty. Right. Ooh, the hit.
But he wasn't ready with the pickup after. There was so much frame advantage available there, but Zhen wasn't really prepared. This is a really strong round for Zhen. We do find the up kick to be able to close that out, but this is still looking scary for them, having to fight their way back. This is going to be a reverse 3-0 if they are going to be able to make this happen. Representing farther out pokes right now looks to be the answer, using a lot more medium kick.
I feel like Zhen has just lost all inhibition and is just going with the raw drive rushes, and they've been kind of working out. But Joe is now on the pedal himself. Zhen backing off just a bit, looking to build some drive gauge. Maybe wait for a jump in. Beautiful punish counter. I don't think we're going to cash out just yet. We're going to wait for a clean kill.
Yeah, well, and we're going to wait. We want to slow down right now, get our drive gauge back. Here's the thing is, I think Zhen is clued into the fact that Joe is fishing a lot in neutral, and now he overplays his hand just a bit right into the level 3. Zhen is going to be able to close this one out after just waiting for Joe to overplay his hand and run out of steam. The fact that Joe has been counter poking so much and using like a lot of crouching strong, a lot of like anti-DR options, I feel like the adjustment Zhen made was taking that extra second and recognizing where he needed to tighten up because Joe was being disrespectful and where he needs to wait.
Absolutely, but Joe can always adapt to that, and that simple adjustment might be your downfall in the long run. Zhen right now, still down 1 game, still down more than 1 game actually. It's so tight right now. No anti-air from Zhen, anti-air from Joe. Anti-air from Joe again. Zhen trying to mix things up, and it's just not playing out how he'd hoped.
Right. Opting for the better post-knockdown positional advantage there was Joe. DR in from Zhen, and the cool step into the jabs. Yeah, Zhen is tightening up their game, and it's being that much harder for Joe to deal with. Only 1 drive gauge left here for Joe on the back foot. We want OD Fireball for the plus frames. Throw another one.
Oh, he
No,
threw it!
not then.
He did what you told him to do, and he threw it, and he's dead, Brad! He's dead on
Jen,
the
don't
ground.
listen to me. You're better than me. Why would you listen to me?
Oh, my lord. Joe is on set point. But Shen's been here before.
Right, standing medium kicks out of Joe. You can't tell Joe that this isn't still the end of Street Fighter V, Luke.
Ooh, there he is. He's going in. Cosmico, I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. Oh, there's that hit confirmed. Joe is going to do a lot of damage here. We're going to go into level 3. Absolutely. Going to bring him down to throw range in terms of health. And I think you get a meaty throw after this.
Yep.
Oh,
Has the drive gauge advantage as well. All Joe needs to do now is not overplay his hand. Standing medium kick pokes. No crouching strong on the DR. I felt like that was the spot where it was going to happen, but Jen gets caught out punish counter there, and he overcommits with the standing fierce. It is the DI-able buttons that end up the problem here for DJ, and Joe Marogan on the Luke is able to move on to the winners finals. Waits on the winner of Flex Waves versus Safe. Jeez, what a set.
You'll notice every time y'all cut back to me, I'm like reeling back from my chair just because my face is so close to the screen. There's just so much happening, so much tension between such high power characters. And yeah, Joe, you can't call it an upset. You can't, because Joe has the points to back himself up. He's, been a Capcom Cup contender for, since Street Fighter V days. But it's still a big player to take down into loser side this early into top 8. And Joe's the man to do it. And he's just done it. So there it is. 3-1 in a set against Jen. Whew.
You know what's huge about that, too, is Joe going into tonight's bracket sat at 85 points on the leaderboard. Being in winners finals right now guarantees a third place finish or better, which means the worst that Joe can have at the end of this evening is 120 points, which is pretty secure over a lot of the other people in this bracket. Jen, now having dropped down, is going to be hard-pressed. Cycles and Rami also down in the loser side. They're all just climbing over each other for those points. Lux Waves and Safe right now separated by 5 points between first and second place on the leaderboard, and playing now in winner semifinals to see who guarantees a top 3 finish here. This is so tight in terms of how our regional leaderboard is going to pan out. You can see the top 8 bracket going on right there. If maybe you're just tuning in, hey, you've only missed just shy of half the action for the evening, and we got even more coming at you. Flux Waves versus Safe is our next match.
Yeah, top 1 and 2nd seeding going up against each other in winners semifinals. That's just sometimes how it plays out, ladies and gentlemen. We don't script these things here. Ken versus JP. At this point, a matchup as old as time.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Ken, JP, those are like the 2 characters that I think are most commonly included in the, when we were talking about relative character strength earlier, and like, who are the best characters. I think Ken or JP are probably the most debated. Like, these are your top 2 in some order.
Absolutely. Ooh, okay, we use the OD just to go through. And really, that's kind of a big commonplace in Street Fighter 6. OD Fireball to get that round start. And Fluxwave chose to use it first and is reaping the rewards for doing so.
Yeah, so I think this matchup is very much a momentum swingy kind of matchup, right? Like, there's a border on the screen where they're playing some neutral, and then if Ken gets in, exactly as Safe just did there because Fluxwave made the wrong call, now Ken gets to play his game. Outside of it, like, there are, I think, very few matchups in this game where there's such a clear delineation of who has the advantage at what spot in the screen, and there's just one line where it changes here. Reversal level 1 comes out of Safe, who does not want to deal with that corner pressure from Fluxwaves.
Oh, wow, what a call out against the heavy Dragon Lash, though. Fluxwave with the fantastic combo, but drops the last bit. Sets up OD departure just for the round ender, but gets swept off his feet. Safe, my God. trades.
What a
with
neutral
Dragon Lash.
jump. Yeah, that was a great neutral jump out of Fluxwaves, recognizing that Safe is going to try to, you know, beat a low poke or just try to bulldoze through and earn some plus frames. Perfect parry into sweep there for Safe to get the party started, and now we've got the push to the corner, standing reset this time rather than going for the knockdown situation, and now backing off just a hair, try to earn a little bit of breathing room. I think Safe wants to slow down just enough to get some drive gauge back. In fact, you sending these fireballs is a healthy donation to the Ken Masters Drive Gauge Fund.
Right now, that fund is running real low. Gonna get hit into GI, and there goes the fund. Time to work on your own. Time to get that fund back up on your own. Safe.
It's a lot like the lore.
To...
JP stealing it all from Ken, exactly as we expected.
God, it's just like one of my animes. Right now, though, Safe stuck in the other side of the screen there.
We'll talk about Metal Gear during the break.
Fluxwave right now, though, sitting with a nice life lead. That could have been a win condition, but Safe just had so much life, and Fluxwave really didn't press on the middle there. This is a win condition, though. OD Amnesia, snap away. There you go, JP.
We had,
I called
we had
JP.
money in the
Fluxwave
tank, even.
Yes,
because it's JP, man. That's name another character in the game that an overdrive tier reversal is leading to that damage and that pickup. Another overdrive comes out, punish counter jab. What did that punish counter?
I think it was a crouch medium punch or something. No, it was a jump in. It was a jump in from Safe. So
he punished the landing frames.
It was complicated. We'll let the replay take care of it. Fluxwave right now.
Did my man embezzle recovery out of Ken? What happened here?
Nothing is safe anymore. Your money's not safe. Hide it under your couch. Nice use of the side switch on the crouch heavy punch. Safe. You know what? Despite taking a few lumps with the OD Amnesia,
wow.
He landed right into that and unfortunately lost the rest of his drive gauge, which is such a good condition for Fluxwave to be in, doing massive amounts of chips with the Ghost and the Departure spikes.
And he has 2 bars too, so if Flux really wants to press the issue here, they can. Out of Burnout now are both players. They're really posturing in this neutral here. Oh, okay. I wonder whether that was meant to be an OD uppercut or if it was like an OD fireball. They got fat-fingered. In either case, we did manage to get the better of the exchange, and Safe is able to secure that round for themselves.
I mean, Safe is fighting for their life, though. This is, like, we've seen Safe fight against Grammy earlier, and it definitely felt like they were way more control compared to Fluxwave here, who, with their character, man, it's tough to fight against this when the reversal power is so potent.
Already off of that the faint ghost throw from JP is such a difficult threat for you to try to contend with. Yo, big ups to LLJB3 with the raid. Thanks for coming through. Welcome, everybody. You are catching the last of our winners semifinal matches here. Fluxwaves may have the drive gauge deficit just now. Certainly has the life and positional advantage over Safe's Ken right now.
Oh, frame trap into that perfect setup. This'll burn out Fluxwave, which is not as advantageous for Safe as it would be for Fluxwave should the position be reverted, but we're going to try to run with it.
It just barely didn't burn out, but now they get the better of it. Fluxwave's going for counter jab there is very telling. Low forward connects. We went for the shimmy because we're still so afraid of Amnesia. Level 2 comes out from Fluxwaves. They're trying to press the issue. Gets punish counter thrown. Now Fluxwaves has the life lead. Double KO!
Ooh! But in rule set fashion, that means Safe takes the set. They already had a round in their pocket.
What a swing there. Now, 1 game apiece. Jump in a little bit too far away to get the pickup that they wanted, and unfortunately in that mid-rangey situation, it's like I said, there's this gray area in the middle of the screen where they can both sort of swing on each other, and I feel like Safe is having a really hard time fighting out of that gray area. Flux is living in shades of gray right now. There's just shy of 50 of them, if I gotta say. Man looking like a silver fox, whips with the crouching fierce.
Right now, though, things looking a little less unsafe than that reference. Jumps out of the corner for Safe. And then Fluxwave right now backing off just a bit, trying to maintain their drive gauge before Safe punishes them for it. But thankfully, the close range works out in their favor. Fluxwave taking round number 1.
Yeah, it's just that mid-rangey situation. Fluxwaves is seeming so confident. Counter jab on the wake up out of DR. That's 6 extra frames. We still only got a jab confirm out of it. That's leaving a fair bit of damage on the table here for Safe. And I would hate to, like, I don't mean to nitpick that hard, but when you're having this hard a time in the matchup, a lot of times it is the details that matter.
It can absolutely be. We saw Fluxwave nearly lose their earlier set against Slice because of those drops. Safe backs off, and yeah, man. Eat Stand Fierce into crouch medium kick. That's just going to be Ken Tings. Again, 1 round apiece for both these players, but Safe just starts off with the Dragon Lash into huge amounts of damage. Just going to cash out. I respect it.
Yeah, get that early lead. Get yourself the drive gauge advantage, air quotes. I mean, you have a slight lead. Fluxwave's in the corner. What a whip punish. Ready with the DR. Damage in the tank. Safe trying to set some stuff up, but look at the fear of Amnesia here out of Safe. Has been so passive on Wake Up for so much, but at least it works out this time. The whiff punish off of that situation earns them a perfect to clinch that round. 2-1 now up over Fluxwaves.
Notice the backdash range with Safe does keep them safe from back heavy punch, which is usually a really good button to poke with JP. So it's going to be something that Fluxwave has to option through a little bit better if they're going to hope to survive these corner situations. Hey, you know what the best defense, though, is, Brad? An offense.
Is it a good offense?
It's a good offense. I didn't even let you finish because it's so obvious.
Everybody knows that one. I think they teach you that in, like, 2nd grade.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is 2nd grade in Canada? Is it still 2nd grade? I didn't expect a real answer. I did get a real answer from the voice of God. Thank you so much for letting me know that 2nd grade is in fact universal.
Ooh, speaking of nice stuff there, though, we weren't even talking about it, but it's fine. Fluxwave, perfect parries. The Jinrai setup. Throws out OD Ghost to stop the drive rush from Safe. And right now, Safe is jumping back just to try to reset their position before Fluxwave comes in.
That's the problem with JP, man. Safe was in that spot, and it felt like all you could do was parry and just hope that JP autopiloted through sending his stuff. I don't think there's another zoner in the game that does such a good job of making you worry about how to use your drive gauge. You can see and react to every other fireball, not JP.
Yeah, the teleport through is just a little tough. I feel like Safe could be doing a slightly better job of, you know, eking out his drive gauge, but there's no security when you're eating this level 3. God, that was such a bad level 3 to eat. There's never a good one, but man, that was just a bad one to eat. Fluxwaves even things up 2-all in the set.
Right, we are moving forward. Who is going to be playing against Joe Umerogan in our winners final? So many points on the line here. Guaranteed top 3 for either of these players is a big deal. As I highlighted earlier, they are within 5 points of one another. God damn, that JP jumping strong is actually nuts.
That cane is super nice there. That being said, Safe
I came up for a hurt box, man.
But like, you know, you could be doing DP there instead. It's one of these things that, yeah, you mentioned the devil might be in the details here, and JP is certainly the devil in this case. Fluxwave now eating a lot of these Jinrai setups. Safe definitely taking full advantage of the opportunity presented in front of them, doing all the damage they can. Meaty Stand Fierce gets perfect parry, and Fluxwave is going to toss this man in the corner.
Okay, we're handing Safe an awful lot of drive gauge. Drive reversal actually still gets punished, though. Fluxwaves put themselves in burnout, though. That's a mistake, and I think overcommits to a grounded poke. Safe is able to close the net and is now staring down the barrel. Set point.
Okay. Wow, that was a big gamble on the Crouch Fierce. I don't know if that's even what they wanted. Drive rush from Fluxwave catches Safe's perfect parry attempt. Safe drive rushes through the projectile ghost, but man, I think Safe's losing a little bit of control of his inputs. Fluxwave just throwing out the ghost that raw fashion, trying to keep Safe away. Beautiful perfect punish. Safe jumps in, gets regular parried, continues with this plus range, whips his throw. So
it's a real shame. OD portals out of Flux Waves, uses the opportunity to just walk safe down. Safe on the back foot, has to be scared. DI causes the wall slump. It's final game, final roundhouse, man. What's it gonna be? Flux Waves are safe. Only one of these two players is moving on to the winners finals.
I never want a set to end, but I kind of want this one to end. My heart can't take it anymore. Flux Wave now perfectly punishes the drive rush attempt, sets up a little bit of barrier between him and Safe while he has his life to leave, but the drive rush makes it nonetheless a close range game. Safe goes in, goes with the Jin Rai setup, but nothing comes forward through.
DR comes out. Yep, DR out of Flux Waves. We are still pressing Flux Waves. The only problem with their position right now is that they are on the back foot in terms of drive gauge. The Kane does not come out. Nice check with the low forward out of Safe. That level 3, we are going full animation. That's going to put Flux Waves on the back foot, up against the wall. Life about even, and just shy of burnout. Neither one of these players is capable of burning the other out. You block the low forward, and now you're in burnout, but there is a level 3 on deck that you need to be worried about. Reverse level 2, just through the gap, and we get clipped.
There's no mix-up. He just got hit. Oh, the raw Dragon Lash! Calls out the neutral jump. Flux Wave now in burnout against Safe, but reversal level 1 to nearly kill him. Safe has a pixel of life left.
You can't risk anything. Safe has absolutely nothing left in the tank. We're too far away from the wall. Flux Waves is being so patient. This is one touch for either one of them. Counter DI, but you're gonna die. Safe had the right call, but not enough life. Flux Waves bets it all on black, gets by with a technicality, and is able to move on into the winners finals. Oh my god. Ah!
That was bonkers. That was... We can go home now. I'm spent. I'm good.
Yeah,
like,
that was the tournament, right?
I don't think I got anything left in the tank. Y'all can do the rest off stream. I'm good.
Oh my god.
What's that?
They gave me heart palpitations.
Oh. All right. Time to be professional. Because, like, this is not just any tournament. This is a Capcom Pro tournament. This is for the big opportunity. It is now or never. Flux Wave sits now in winners finals. We will be going up against Joe Rogan. But first, we got to figure out what to do with the rest of these players in the loser side of the bracket. First up, we're gonna get Jem versus Rami. And man, I know you're not as comfortable with Rashid, but what have you thought of Rami's Rashid so far throughout the set?
Rami's Rashid has looked really strong. I love that. I think it can be a little bit easy for Rashid players to sort of try to be a little bit too aggro, and I like Rami seems very choosy in when they choose to make the big play, and I think that's been working out decently well for them so far. But going into Zhen, I'm gonna be really curious, right? Zhen, we've seen so far through this evening, other than against Joe, has been pretty good about finding that rhythm of his opponent so that he can beat you on the offbeat. So I'm going to be curious how this ends up going.
That being said, Joe was kind of able to beat Jen with really simple stuff. I say simple stuff. You have Luke jump fierce, and man, that jump in is just so brutal to deal with.
Nothing simpler than jump fierce.
And at the same time, I think Rashid's got some good jump. It's not quite as good as that, but I wonder if Rami will try to take that similar approach that Joe had to his play style, or if they're going to try to do their own thing against Jen. And it's going to be interesting. I wonder if this is going to be another deconstruction of another strong player by Jen, or if we're going to have a real slobber knocker of a sec. I'm hoping for the latter. But that former is always there. It's always potential for that to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. All that I know is I want to see the match. Selfishly as well, right? I'm a Chun-Li player, but Rashid is on my short list of characters that I want to start messing around with. So every opportunity that I get to watch Rashid, I'm just like a sponge, man. I'm just soaking it up and trying to be like, all right, what am I looking for in this character? The way that he's sort of can just really try to impress you on the screen. He can feel so zippy is the adjective that I want to use.
Yeah, zippy, while at the same time having like having a very liberal toolkit. Like you can just do so many things with so many of your options, and just it feels like it all just clicks and it all just works together. Man, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Again, I feel like everybody who fights Zen, it's like, man, this is the next league. This is the next step. Now's your time to prove yourself. And Rami, you're sitting in 4th place right now. You had a 2nd placement last tournament. It's a big opportunity for you right now.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Great Filter Theory?
Oh, what is that?
The Great Filter Theory is, I'm going deep down a rabbit hole, but hey, we're vamping to fill space, so deal with it. Enjoy some education. The Great Filter Theory is an idea that says why we've not made contact with extraterrestrial life. And the premise is that there is some filter that is incredibly difficult to overcome for a terrestrial species to truly become a galactic species. I reference it because Zen may be the type of player who is a filter of the good versus the great. But hey, there's no shortage of those players in this bracket right now. Everyone that we're watching in this top 4, top 5 through this whole bracket so far has been absolutely cooking. There's no shortage of filters anymore. The ceiling of play in Street Fighter 6 is so absurdly high. Houseman, I'm going to remind you that this game came out a little over 4 months ago. It doesn't feel like it, does it?
No. It does, and I say this in a positive light. It does feel like it's been with us for a while, just because I think people have been theorizing since the beta. They've been like talking about how things are going to play out, and like even Rashid, like I feel like Rashid's been with us forever, and he came out like a full month after the game even come out. So like, it's this kind of natural feeling of this game that I'm enjoying. I'm continuing to enjoy, and I'm looking forward to this right now. Let's see how this plays out. Rami versus Zen.
Ooh, okay. Fishing with the standing roundhouse. That's an interesting bit of like matchup information here, where you know Zen is already prepared to deal with the forward advancing tools out of Rashid.
Oh my God, is he dead? Oh, no, not quite,
barely not. But it's one guess for game. Punish counter back throw. Zen is in the unfortunate situation here of being in burnout, and Rashid can do such a good job of mauling you while you're in burnout. There's nothing available to you, but Rami doesn't have the life to gamble on a DI. Great jab out of Zen.
Yeah, great challenge. I don't know if that's what he wanted. I think that was a misinput on the light eagle spike, but Rami right now putting themselves in the corner again with that mistake. Jen keeps working forward. Ooh. Good corner protection there.
That was a punish counter? Hold up. I have to check the frame data. Please commentate the game for me, Houseman. I need to check if that's guaranteed or if he just did something stupid.
He might have whiffed something low. Good carry there on the stand heavy kick. Rami gonna try to make this work. It breaks the DI. The Cyclone still moving forward. Jen burns themselves out and sets themselves up to be tortured by the SA2.
Yeah, Jen on the back foot again here in burnout, getting pressed towards the corner. Rami commits a little bit of drive gauge for a little bit more corner carry. What's the knockdown situation gonna be? Damn, his combos just go on forever, don't they? But a back throw out of Jen.
Yeah, missed the meaty afterwards, and thankfully wasn't punish countered for his throw, but... Ooh, the frame trap works! Can we kill here? No, we have to back up a little bit.
If we had committed the extra drive gauge, we could have, and now, unfortunately, Rami ends up in the spot to have to commit two super bars, where one would have been enough to do it. Drive reversal out of Jen to not deal with the plus frame situation. This is still anybody's round. Rami in burnout. Now, both of them in burnout. It's not going to matter. Jen loses out on the round off the throw situation in the corner. One round apiece here for our game one.
Crouch medium kick knocks down Rami, but the reversal happens. Tip for tap though, Jen knocks down Rami. The toe tapper again, but man, Rami's been so cheeky about those perfect parries. But like, only a few people have called him out, and it's only been occasional.
I mean, I think it's just so easy to parry pump in this game. Like, it's if you're wrong, they need to already be going for like a tick throw situation or like a delay throw situation in order to call you out for it. Rami's gonna have the level 2 on deck. Jen has very little drive gauge left, so you don't want to block for too long. Reversal level 3, is that gonna connect? Oh my god, it does! And that's CA, that's gonna be huge damage, and it earns Jen a lot of drive gauge back. This is a bad spot to be in for Rami because you're absolutely dead. God damn!
Yeah, the raw punish counter state coming from the fact that, you know, you're invincible through your super art. So that means you go right through and hit them when they're recovering. Whew. That hurts a ton.
All right, DR's first here to Zhen, so he gets the better of the interaction.
Woo, what a neutral jump, though.
Oh my god, the fireball trade there. Real quick, Zhen won that, right? Off the reversal level 3. I think am I bugging or is the score wrong? Okay, I just wanted to double check. I needed a second set of eyes to confirm.
Ooh, the neutral jump again gets perfect parry this time, though. Zhen now having that corner control. Tries to delay a throw just to call out the reversal. But wow, beautiful luck for Rami there. Gets punished, though, for his transgressions against frames. Rami now backs up, trying to set up a little bit of wind power, and the SA2 will certainly give it to him.
You really said punish for your transgressions against frames. I like that too much. Zhen getting smoked out in the corner for holding parry a little bit too long, clipped low. Rami gets the better of that round. I do want to say one thing. I gave Rami credit for, you know, how effectively they were at picking their shots, but I do think they're overcommitting in a couple of spots. We're seeing a lot of punish counters here coming out for Zhen in spots where Rami is getting clipped on his recovery for his perfect parry, right into the back throw, steal that corner position. All that work you spent to put me there, mine now. Thank you for my corner.
Ooh, tit for tat, though. Perfect parry coming from Zhen for the back throw. Might be seeing a lot of that if it wasn't for the fact that Zhen's gonna kill this man right into that next round.
DJ and getting good damage when you're in the corner, man. Name a better combo besides adding reggaeton to the mix.
Alright, here we go. The drive reversal coming from Zhen just doesn't want to deal with those plus frames. Rami is gonna get, like, I think the 4th super art too from this set.
Super art is so easy to come by, man. It's wild. Like, you said you played Chun before this, so I'm sure you know, like, you spend a level 2, it's like nothing, man. Oh, man, but it feels real bad when you get smoked out of it because of the meaty fireball.
Yeah, that's real nothing there. Okay, guys, enough.
Use your level 3, put him in burnout.
Y'all are gonna start thinking perfect parrying's a real simple thing now with how much these guys are doing it. Here we go, rushes in. Are we gonna DI? Are we gonna splat this man? We're gonna give him plus
we're gonna chip him to death. Block the level 1. Yes, indeed. Zhen up. Oh, I almost lied to you. It's fine. On block. Zhen up 2-0 over Rami. We're going to need to see a big adjustment here out of Rami in order to make this one happen. I feel like he's just had a really hard time keeping a lid on Zhen. He's been so explosive.
All right, backs up, sends the OD whirlwind shot, which is usually a good way to get in. But yeah, Zhen is unfazed, blocking out that mixer. And yeah, this neutral jump just ain't working out, man. It worked once.
Zhen is always
was a nice thing.
Yeah, Zhen is always holding down charge in all of these situations. Parry, down charge. Throw tech, down charge. All these neutral jumps are getting smoked. It's a great awareness out of Zhen. Counter DI through the meaty. Zhen just getting as much meter as they can out of heavy machine gun upper. This is set point now for Zhen.
All right. Rami right now looking like they're a little, I don't want to say lost, but they're like trying to throw everything against the wall here. And unfortunately, there's not much room left to play around like that. Goes for the parry. It works out.
Oh my god, big punish counter there for Zhen. Get the better of the interaction. Shimmy, nothing really comes of it.
What a jab, jeez.
All right, green means go, says Remy. Has that OD mixer ready. Super Art 2 is out. We find the throw. If that's all we get out of the interaction, that's not bad because it's still a life lead. Drive reversal comes out of Zhen, who even off the drive reversal still has the drive gauge advantage.
Oh, what a bait! You hate to see. Oh, he's going for the SA2 again. There you go.
Oh, we don't drop it this time. You know that my man was working on his paradiddles between the last game and this one. Shoutouts to all my band and percussion ensemble geeks for knowing that joke. That's not even a joke. That's just a word that, like, drummers know. It's like the lowest hanging fruit.
I'm sure there are tens of you out there that got that right now. But in the meantime, man, you hate to see somebody go 3-0 in a set. But you know what? Rami put on a good display of Rashid play throughout this entire tournament tonight. So GG's to both. Unfortunately, it didn't reach quite the heights that you wanted to, but still probably sitting well into the top 8 for this tournament series. So hopefully next week comes back, gets a few more points for themselves so that they can stay in that top 8 for a chance to get to Capcom Cup. But as you mentioned, Zhen moves on, knocking him out in this bracket. Who do we got next?
Yeah, so as I double check, so that's interesting. They were tied for 4th and playing for that set. So with a 5th place finish in this bracket, Rami earns 25 points and ends the evening at 100 points on the leaderboard. So a pretty strong spot to be in, but how strong, how secure is that? We're going to have to see how the rest of the bracket ends up panning out. Gen waiting in semis. Safe versus Cycles. Safe, #1 seed, playing for their top 4 spot opposite Cycles. Houseman, looking at this matchup from the outside in, we have the #1 seed versus the 8th player currently sitting in the leaderboard as a qualifying spot. How do you anticipate that this is going to go?
Man is no longer praying to the chat for for that jump in, but man, you thought Luke jump heavy punch was bad. This one's about to be way worse.
Yeah, Ken jump heavy punch is the OG.
Mm-hmm. Cycles right now though, trying to just keep it simple, keep it safe. Safe though. I can't talk about things that are safe while safe is on screen. It's too confusing. Oh, there's jump heavy punch though. You know, things just kind of be that way. And now you're in the corner, getting hit by meaty stand light punch.
All right, figuring it out. Punish counter into the perfect KO off the shimmy. First round on the board for Safe. There's a lot of posturing in the neutral there, but once Ken opens up that can of worms, you got worms to deal with, my friend. You best go fishing or something. I don't rightly know what you ought to do. Has the DP in the back off of the neutral jump and is still ready off that standing fierce as we are forcing Cycles back to the other wall. A second throw. Do I see 3? We want it for the shimmy, but we were still in range of the crouching strong. No whip punish available, but we have the DR in the back here for Safe.
I feel bad for Cycles. They're whipping throw twice. Just throw vulnerable there. They're dealing with some trauma.
Oh my
on
god.
Their side. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was not a good round. That was not a good first game. Safe took it pretty cleanly, and I mean, character selected. So yeah, you go to character select. You just like, hey man, like, all right,
you need a breather.
All right.
But does Cycles have another character? I only know them for Kimberly.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Well,
I must have missed that match.
Well, they do have a Luke in the pocket, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Switch to the Luke. I was saying it just to give yourself some breathing room, but hey, I'll take an invincible air attack or crouch fierce any day of the week.
Crouch Fierce is big, having a fireball is big, having a real reversal is big. There's no shortage of reasons why you might want to make the jump over to Luke, but if you're going to whiff jab in a DR and eat damage for it, that is not what you want regardless of what character you pick. Safe is looking dominant right now and was so ready to punish that. Oh, I lied. Was ready to block it, was not ready to punish it.
That's the tough thing about having a pocket Luke is that, you know, we talk about 3-frame window, that stuff's easy. No, it's kind of hard to get consistent, especially if it's not your main. Man, that crouch fierce, though. Like, I know Safe took the round. Yeah, I get it. That crouch fierce is something else right now.
It's a good button, man. Luke has a lot of great tools in his belt. That crouching strong, yet another one of them. Hey, Lemon Meringue, you said you'd never seen 2 perfect knuckles in a row. It just happened.
All right. I love seeing Lemon wrong, and today is that day. No reversal.
Wow.
Nice cancel into the Super Art 1 to break out the drive impact. That is a safe setup into that run Dragon Punch. But nice. Beast mode, baby. Get those iframes in your favor. Cycles now punching Safe all the way across screen. He just runs in like a madman. Like a
forward dashes and then you don't anti-air?
What?
I'm so offended.
What happened?
What am I watching?
You're watching optimal Luke play here. That nice use of the crouch medium punch. A great tool to go into Drive Rush. Unfortunately, burns himself out on the second Drive Rush that they did on block. Safe right now is going to take full advantage of that.
Ooh.
What? What was that?
I literally did not know you could do that.
I mean, it makes sense, but still, what? How did Zycles know that would work?
Because they have a pocket Luke.
Oh boy. Now Safe's coming at him. Doing a good amount of damage, but kind of just evening up the life and evening up the drive gauge. It's not the worst super to get.
Oh my god.
This sucks. This just sucks, though. I don't know if he can live through this. He can. I thought you spend bar and get killed, but Safe just doesn't care. Just the forward throw, and that'll do.
Yeah, Safe didn't have bar. In that
No,
moment,
I meant the OD bar.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Then you're absolutely right. I was looking at the super bar. Damn, this is going so fast. I don't know where my eyes should be.
Yeah, it's okay. It is going a little fast. Cycles right now trying to stop the bleeding. There goes the OD, and yes, Safe tip for Tat there through the fireball. Plus on block on that meaty step kick.
Right, stuck in the corner. Both players in burnout, but Safe is in such an advantageous position. Being against Ken in burnout is so scary. God damn.
Oh no, he dropped
no.
the combo! Oh, Safe isn't gonna drop this, but thankfully it doesn't go into a kill sequence. Wake up
low forward?
Kick. Are you kidding me?
Are these guys freestyling the set right now? What the hell is going on? If you need, like, you know how people complained about how Street Fighter V was no feel? Show them this set.
There's the tech right there. And Safe and Zycles are just having fun with it right now. Ooh, the neutral jump falls on the fireball. Nice uppercut through the drive rush. Zycles right now just getting tossed around a little bit like a ragdoll. Cycles is living and praying on these crouch medium punches. Oh, but he gets
he's halfway there, halfway towards winning this game, but he's losing out in the set so far. Standing Fierce connects, and Safe is on set point.
It hit back in time, man. You saw the screen freeze, and then it hit him. Like, come on.
Sometimes the game just wants to put a little bit of extra emphasis. A lot of posturing in neutral. We're using that standing medium kick, the low forward out of Ken, right into the early level 3. Cycle's going to be on the back foot against the wall. Drive gauge, very slight disadvantaged, but disadvantaged nonetheless.
Ooh. That's a crouching move.
Oh no, that was just the side switch setup. I take it back. I take my O back.
Yeah, even still, Cycles went for the neutral jump to try to bait and call out the delay tech. Hey, that's a counter hit. That'll combo. Tries for the neutral jump again, and Safe is just not biting.
One more touch. Okay, I understand why Zycles went for the button there, right? Safe had so little drive gauge left. Then you feel like you're in that spot where it's like, well, I want him to block something. I definitely, in my head, suppressed saying out loud, wake up jab, because all you want to do is put them into block stun. But Safe so ready to play that layer 2 and moves on, solidifying our top 4, Joe Mayrogan and Flux Waves in our winners finals, and Safe versus Zhen in our losers semis. You know, if you've ever felt secure about your seeding in a bracket, sometimes the top 4 seeds just happens to work that way. Rami out at 5th and is tied for 4th on the leaderboard. Hey, sometimes the numbers just match up. Isn't that true, Houseman? Now here's the question. Which of us is the one that you think sounds like Mr. Potato Head Choco Milk? Because I want to know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think either of us sounds like Mr. Potato Head. I think you need to rewatch that movie at this point.
I mean, that or one of us is going to have to bring out the angry eyes.
Or maybe it is you. Maybe it is you.
It's House Mrs. Chocolate Milk. Yes, I'm safe.
Oh, what? I just feel bad. Joe and Mayrogan going up against Flux Waves Ed.
Hey, Mr. Potato Head is an
your-
institution, Houseman. You're fine.
The voices. It's the character.
He's an institution, man. He's been around forever.
I don't want to be instituted anymore. Joe Rogan right now. This is our winners finals, ladies and gentlemen. This will decide who will sit in grand finals. Joe going on with that drive rush, but good check from Fluxwave's head.
Playing real slow and methodical right now so far. Okay, just pressing it out. I am immediately under the impression that this winners finals is going to be a slow and methodical set because Fluxwaves seems to will it, and Joe right now seems very willing to play that game as patiently as he needs to. Checked by the dash there, and Fluxwaves now has corner control.
Ooh. Got checked in the gut there, but Joe not able to combo fully. Nice anti-air from Flux, who can, just play patiently, counter poking, anti-airing. And, like, I feel like Joe's strength is in his kind of explosive drive rush jump in approach, and it seems like Flux is very ready for that.
Yeah, I feel like this is a matchup where if Fluxwaves is ready to check, once you see green, if you know that means go, oh my god, big jump in, let me preempt my own thought. What is Joe gonna do to finish up the plate? One more touch ought to do it. Depending on the pickup, we have the DR in the back and we don't even need to commit any super bar. Here's the thing about this matchup, right? Is it gonna suck in the neutral? Absolutely, but as long as you get in once and you make the right call 1 or 2 times, Joe can 100% run away with this.
It just takes one. It just takes one sometimes. Is he gonna cash? No, we're not gonna see Memphis just yet. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of damage here, and now is the time to get your tickets. Joe Rogan gonna build back his drive gauge more than just a little bit while Fluxwave is on the back row. Tries to bait out the OD amnesia. Flux is not buying.
That move is so messed up, right? Like, look at, there's not another reversal in the game that inspires so much respect and fear. I don't care what Brian says to me on Twitter. That move is busted.
It's just different when it's in your hands, man. I promise.
I bet it is, but I'm out here not committing war crimes on a daily basis, so my moves have hurt boxes.
That's fair. Speaking of hurt boxes, nice punish from Joe. Unfortunately, it drops the combo mid-screen. I don't know what they were going for. Maybe just missed the drive rush.
Nice neutral jump, but Fluxwaves is ready with layer 3 to beat Joe's layer 2. Fluxwaves put himself in burnout, so I imagine a much more active flavor of zoning right now because they do not want for Joe to be able to start playing with his plus frames. A little bit too close for the Sandblast. Maybe Pierce.
It's an interesting cocktail of drive rush, running tackle, and drive impact that Joe has gotten to use, bringing Fluxwave to the corner. He's not scared. I do not scare. Oh no. Oh no. Spaghetti everywhere. Joe able to eke out that round.
Joe's playing real well tonight. I feel like Joe can make some, when I watch Joe play, I feel like sometimes you see some really critical mistakes of like, hey, like get your head on right. I think Joe's head is on really straight so far this evening. Although, as I say all of that, now I'm like 30% to Fluxwaves' full health on this round. But it's gonna happen sometimes. It's JP.
He's had that happen multiple times in this set, and he just comes back with the right hit. He gets that jump in, he gets that drive rush. He just hits you with
medium,
the hardest damn thing in his arsenal, and he makes it work.
Keep this going. Oh no, into the level 3. Joe Rogan smelled the blood in the water, but it wasn't quite there yet. I appreciate that he brought the intensity up. I feel like Fluxwaves in these burnout spots so far has done a lot of recognize that he's being given space because of the fear of reversals, and then pull out the level 2 to get the better of the spatial advantage. So I like that Joe kept the intensity going there. It's just the wrong spot to get whiff punished.
I like that Fluxwave brought out crap heavy kick from JP. Nobody realizes that move's kind of busted as well, but nobody just uses it. Very hard to punish. Ooh, what a trade.
Okay. Neutral jump out of Flux Waves. They are still at the life lead, though not at the drive gauge advantage. Perfect parry. And we do go for the regular punish counter rather than going for the back throw and trying to get closer to the corner. We want the corner carry and the damage.
Nice use of the target combo. Hey!
Huge.
He did.
No! He dropped it!
Listen, it's not biased, it's just tragic. Like, there's no way to put it around it. I cannot believe that's where the drop happened.
I don't like Joe mashing on start so quick that we went right into the next game. I'm going to keep it a buck. I think that is so tenuous a situation. I want to breathe. Like, I want a breather, Joe. How dare you disrespect me like that?
I mean, at the same time, that's Joe's way, man. He's fully in, and there's no stopping him. Counter hit straight. Uppercut. Backs off a little bit. Fluxway trying to call out a throw. His defense is just being brutalized here. That's not the button! Oh, Joe.
No, so he was in burnout after the DR. I think that was a DI, but he got roundhouse instead because he was out of bar. Oh, that's a shame when you make the right decision, but you miscalculate just by a hair.
That being said, he got his bar back miraculously quickly. Used the OD blast to blow through, and Fluxwave now with burnout against Joe, who has 2 bars of his own. Can't just raw DI, instead threatens with a forward walk throw and makes it land. Joe up another round. I'll be honest, Joe has only lost like two games so far in this top 8, and both of them have been to his own misinput.
You know, that's actually a really interesting point, and that's not a bad spot to be sitting at, because at that point, all you have to think to yourself is, I know I'm winning. I just need to not muck it up for myself. Hands a little bit of extra drive gauge back over to Flux Waves, who commits their level 3, wants to get this life lead, start to mount this comeback, be not quite so close to burnout as they were. Joe on the back foot, you can only block for so long. Now Joe in burnout. That's JP's win condition. God damn!
What are these old man normals? Jesus. You know what? That's what the command grab's good for. That's what it's good for.
I don't like what I just witnessed.
we just witnessed JP's audition to the Rockettes. That was disgusting. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, what's Fluxwave's favorite holiday? Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. Oh man, oh man. Well, they're up. They're pretty much at the same in terms of games and rounds. Fluxwave right now losing a little bit of drive gauge, but really that's not too hard for him to build back. Joe needs that explosive option that he always manages to get.
Yep, and he has the level 3 in the back, so there is going to be a big explosion of damage, and it's going to come right now. Knuckle into level 3. That's going to give Joe the drive gauge advantage. We're going to keep this corner control in place. It's a good spot to be in, but watch, there's going to be fear of OD amnesia, I bet you. Look at that hesitation, and it leads to a whiff punish.
That back fierce is messed up, man. All right, snap back reality. Oh, that'll kill. That's a dead loop right there. No, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't.
Later. Is that the end of the juggle limit? I feel like you could have spent.
It is. I think that was the end of the juggle limit. So he should have spent OD or something to get a little bit more damage out of one of the other layers of it. I don't know. Maybe Flux Waves was.
He cannot do ODs. He can do OD spike there. Ooh, that sucks. All right, that means you lose the game there. Joe up 2-1.
I lost the game again, Houseman. Thanks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, Flux Waves has committed an awful lot of drive gauge so far here, but these low pokes causing a real problem. Wow!
What a call out there. Punishing the empty, the jumps, the whiff jump normal. But that being said, even with all the lumps Joe takes on his way in, he still does so much damage on his offensive pull. Unfortunately, drops the anti-air. Yeah, just a little bit, just a tiny smidge late.
Right, trying to press the issue. Joe playing that slow and methodical that we've seen. He's so, like, once the can opens, it's explosive. Fluxwaves goes for that DR for the extension, has committed a lot of drive gauge here. One more hit ought to give him the level 3, and now he has it.
That was a cheeky departure, and I think Flux is going to pay for it now. Has the corner. Joe just trying to play patiently. God.
What a huge whip punish out of Joe right into the level 3. This is going to give him the lead, positional and drive gauge advantage once again. The question is, how much does Fluxwaves want to close out this game right now versus playing another round? Perfect parry. We get the punish counter. Reset back to full screen. Now you can play your game. This is great for Fluxwaves.
Oh, beautiful anti-air. And you can bet your butts he's going to cancel into that super art. All right, 2 all in the set now. Fluxwave and Joe on even footing.
Definitely a tough spot to be in as Joe American. I feel like there are a few players that I watch who are as good at making the adjustments in a 3 out of 5 as Fluxwaves.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong. Fluxwave's been good about anti-airing. He's been good about setting up some tricky stuff that Joe falls to. But, man, it's really a DPS race at the end of the day because both of these guys are getting clean hits everywhere.
Jumping over the departure, but expected something else more committal there out of Fluxwaves. Joe on the back foot for drive gauge here. Blocking in these spots is frightening for Joe Omerogan.
I really like this conservative play from Flux because he just can't afford to make mistakes. Oh, got the hit that he needed.
Okay, big pickup there for Fluxwaves. Cashing out the level 1. I think at this point, you said conservative. I feel like that's the response here from Fluxwaves. I'm going to maximize the hits that I do get and not worry about it too much. Reversal level 1 out of Joe. We're going to avoid getting stunned off of the DI. Fluxwaves only has a little bit of drive gauge to play around with, so needs to slow the game down.
Oh my God.
Jumped in on now. Joe Rogan has the life lead.
And not only that, but Joe has his drive gauge back and 1 super in deck. I cannot believe he survived that and made the comeback. Joe on set point.
Absolutely crazy. Fluxwaves really could go down like this after what was a really strong looking round there out of Fluxwaves. A lot of drive gauge damage. My ghost release beats your sandblast.
It's impressive that Flux is still able to use ghosts as effectively when, like, a lot of people have been playing around it really well.
This is a strong round right now for Fluxwaves. If I'm Joe Omerogan, you know what? If you can force Fluxwaves to have to spend a bar here, that may low-key be the best-case scenario. Clipped by the crouching strong at the wall.
Oh.
1 more touch will do it. DI comes out. Final game, final round.
Why did that anti-air? Like, why? But why? All right, Joe. Oh, whips the
Oh
jump
my
in
God.
anti-air.
That was huge. It was an empty jump to make it happen. Joe was just shy of a 3rd bar, but he finds it on this one. Real strong start now for Joe. Fluxwaves is going to need a couple of great reads to make this happen, but is in yellow bar range, so has CA on deck. What a brave counter poke right into the reversal CA. Not reversal, I'm sorry, combo CA.
It's not going to burn Joe out. And in fact, if Flux goes for something to burn him out, he puts himself at risk. So you got to play it calm. You got to play it cool. But the good thing is that if Joe gets burnt out, he has no super meter to save him.
Well, so what's tough here is Joe is going for all those jumps to avoid burnout, but he was actually donating health because Fluxwaves was ready with the air. No, gets the cross up, but wasn't prepared for the follow-up. Double dash. We have the knockdown. Any more touch will do it. Not ready after the jump back, but the sandblast catches the back dash, and Joe Rogan is able to take it in the final round. A super tight set over Fluxwaves. God, my chest, my diaphragm, my entire torso was just clenched. That whole set had me like, ugh.
Just jump, man. That's all you gotta do.
I mean, I don't know about all that. Let's not simplify it. Joe
Joe
actively bartered Joe actively bartered his health gauge and spent it to preserve his drive gauge, and because of that, won the set. What a crazy set of decisions out of Joe Marogan. I am shook.
And one of those games was just because of a drop. He had the game and he dropped, and Joe dropped it. Like, it's crazy. Like, Joe has turned up forward into an art form. Like, he really just knows where and when to press on somebody and to go in on those jumps. And like, I feel like it's something. There's always been the discussion of like, man, don't teach new players to just don't jump because that's a big weakness. But Joe really shows that if you use that at the right time in the right place, it can be so explosive.
All right, we are jumping now over to our loser semis. Hey, I hope everybody else had the chance to catch their breath. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't. So this set might actually kill me unless one of these players runs away with it the way that we've seen some of them doing it so far this evening. No combo off the jab checks out of the DR.
Okay. There's the anti-air. Safe right now. Eating a little damage. Ooh, Zhen actually with the missed meaty throw. Gets punished for it. Joe Tapper. Tries for the wake up parry. Safe, just backing off. Hey, speaking of good anti-airs, that back roundhouse, excuse me, coming into play.
Right, waiting it out, donating drive gauge to the Masters Foundation once again by throwing out those HP fireballs. No, commits to the early Sobat out of DR. Zhen was out here trying to be like, you're going to check my drive rush, right? The Safe was like, not in the way you want me to.
Dang, he got a clean hit in, but it just didn't lead to much. Punishes something. Safe goes in. Wow, that slight delay on the crouch light punch, actually catching him. Back throws off of the perfect parry. Zhen now trying to bring up some of his momentum. Oh, but is not able to keep Safe into the corner.
All right, we managed to jump out, but Safe still has the momentum in their favor right now. Good parry on the Sobat through the gap there, just getting that extra little bit. I know the whole story mode is about funds being embezzled through the Masters Foundation. The way these parries are fitting, looking accurate. What a jab confirm into the level 3. First game on the board here for Safe, looking confident and comfortable right now, I gotta tell you.
I mean, if you were seated top in this tournament series, I would be sitting comfortable too. And like right now, it definitely feels like Safe still has a lot of control, even against Zhen.
Right, standing roundhouse comes out as a poke, but now we're in that spot where I feel like Zhen is starting to commit to pokes that lose out to DI. And if Safe is mindful of that, we're going to start to see DI cycle in. We find the anti-air just shy of a side switch, and we're late on the punish on the whipped throw, sorry. Oh, ODDP out of Safe. Doesn't want to stay in the corner any longer than they need to. What a whiff punish. You're dead for that, yeah?
So easily. Spend the 1 bar of super you need to, and Safe right now having a lot of momentum in terms of his round wins.
Safe out here trying to be like, I'm super brand safe. I'm so brand safe that I'm going to keep your schedule safe. Running away with this set right now, trying to get into the losers finals quick. Just shy of getting the confirm off of that. I think the poke that Zhen sent out just sent him a little bit too far away.
Yeah, and unfortunately no reversal DI from Zhen right now. It might be just worn down from this tournament. Safe running laps right now. Back throw again. Zhen with very little life to give.
What a perfect parry. We get the pickup. We're going to have the level 3 in the back. Not that we're even going to need it. A quick 2 games here for Safe.
Man, Safe is trying to cool us off after that winners finals.
I appreciate it. I needed a breather.
The only person not getting a breather right now is Zhen, unfortunately. Whiffs the delay tech. Not a big punish from Safe, but I don't even think Safe cares at this point. They're just getting their damage in so many ways. Trades with the fireball. Weird interaction, but still in Safe's favor.
All right. Parry pumping in neutral right now is both of them. They're both worried about these long-range pokes and fireballs, want to get a little bit more drive gauge back when they can, but I think Zhen is throwing fireballs a little bit too frequently and is handing an awful lot of drive gauge to Safe, who is overwhelmingly trending away from a fireball game. What a walk under trip guard, back strong to get that one started. It is a set point for Safe, looking to make this clean.
That crouch medium kick, man. What do you do? Safe now on set point, has Zhen in the corner. Tech works out in Zhen's favor, but even then, you're still in the corner. Holds these plus frames for days. Safe parrying away the fireballs. Big whiff punish opportunity. No big conversion, though.
Okay, cool step ends up a decent starter here for Zhen. How far are we going to commit? We're not going for the level 3 here? Oh, okay, we get it in a different spot. I apologize. You had more damage on the table. Thank you, Zhen.
Yeah, the delay gets Jesus that damage right away. That being said,
literally 60%.
Safe still has supers, so he has reversal options. That's side switch. And Safe still has the life lead.
And 2 bars burnout, I'm sorry, just about gone. Zhen has to dial up the intensity so they can try to get as much mileage out of this as they can get. Do they have the damage to be able to close this one out? Yes, they do. Finally a round on the board for Zhen.
Throwing out some of those fireballs now that they've earned some of the respect from Safe, who's now turtling up a little bit.
Yeah, I think Zhen is bringing out that off-kilter rhythm, that off-beat rhythm that I think is so important for DJ to try to represent. Okay. Throw, one more touch may well do it. We get the wall slump. That's a perfect from Zhen to be able to stave off. We were staring down the barrel of 3-0, and Zhen closed out a game for themselves with a perfect. What a turnaround. We finally found the cadence, but we get jumped in on for it.
Sometimes you just play that game, but nice backdash to call out the forward throw. And in fact, the side switch could be critical here.
Right, side switch there coming out from Safe. I mean, Ken is so equipped to side swap whenever he damn well feels like it. Woo. Parry pump into DR. A little bit more damage is all that it's going to take here for Safe. Shimmy connects with that low forward. It is set point once again here for Safe.
And right now in a precarious situation. Thankfully, that drive impact landed perfect.
All right, ODDP out of Safe. Doesn't want to deal with the pressure any longer than he needs to. Trades in neutral. Nice. Oh, my God.
Really ambiguous situation there. Oh, my God. Zhen just went for a normal throw, and it was too far away. Both players right now sitting on a load of dynamite, but Safe will take the round if he does so. And the set. Zhen right now needs a clean hit.
The way that Safe is sneaking in these parries just to make sure they don't burn out. So smart. And Zhen is having a hard time leaving gaps that inspire a throw game. Up kicks to get the run. Zhen now has that life lead that he so critically needs. But like you had already said, this is a one-touch situation. OD up kicks.
All these fireballs are incredibly very scary. But man, oh man, Zhen ekes out another round.
Whew. Safe is getting impatient in the ground game right now. Look at how much up kicks has been the problem. Zhen finds another throw in the corner. I see 2. Do I see 3? It was going to be 3.
I'll throw loop this man. Just waited. He waited so long. And now it's going to pay off. Level 3 is going to do a good amount of damage, but more importantly, push Zhen into that near burnout state. 1 bar left before he gets locked down.
Has to be so delicate here, though. Zhen has 3 bars available. This is 1,000,000% still a situation that Safe can lose. Not a third throw, no. OD up kicks again. Zhen is like 4 for 4 on them right now in the last 2 games. Oh, just as I say it. I'm sorry, Zhen. It's my fault. It's my fault. I ruined it. I highlighted that it was going well, and that was exactly what it was going to take to ruin it. Shen out at 4th. secures them, as I double check this, 30 points, which puts them at 105 points critically. 5 points above Rami, which secures them very likely. I don't know that it's guaranteed per se, but I think that clinches them top 4 going into what will be our final ranking qualifier here. But still sitting in the losers finals, Flux Waves.
Flux Waves dead. Flux has a big fight against him, if not only because, man, that fight against Joe was brutal. Like, that took so much of my energy just watching that. Maybe Safe will be, you know, kind of a refreshing palate cleanser, but I don't know. I see a good amount of overlap. Not entirely. Joe and Safe have their distinctive kind of ticking points and their certain rhythm, but you know, both of them know how to do a good jump in, and
that's true.
Safe's gonna have to suffer through it this set and for the next one. Oh my god, we're just coming right in. This game just moves so fast.
Incendium's trying to kill me, I swear to God. Oh, what a backdash out of Flux Waves. Finds the punish counter, able to start to fight their way out of the corner. But this is one of those, like I like to say, transactional matchups I wish you hadn't bet it Safe. You didn't need to. You were at the lead. Now you're on the back foot. Very slight life deficit. Ooh. Burnout is a real risk on the table. Oh, I wonder whether that was meant to be a parry out of Flux Waves and it just didn't come out quite right. Level 1 will close it out there for Safe.
So here's the thing. Flux Wave saw that the drive gauge was so low, and he went, I just got to do it. I got to spend the 2 bar to guarantee the burnout. And Safe just bet it all with that. Man, that's like the second OD DP that we've just seen thrown out in a block string. And I'm wondering if Safe's trying to play around with something here in the long term, or if they're just kind of done with a few things here and there. There's the toe tappers once more. What a neutral jump!
That was massive there for Safe, who off of that combo is able to burn Flux Waves out on the back foot. Jab connects, but you reach, I teach with the standing fear. Safe draws first blood here in our losers finals. I will remind all of you, these two played in the winner's side semis. Flux Waves took it 3-2. Flux Waves in a 3 out of 5 hits different, my man.
I will say, man, sometimes it feels like a block DP is the end of the world. Safe has won both rounds that his DPs were just raw block from round start. Toe tapper, walks back, tries to get it again, but Flux is fighting for very little damage here and there, whereas Safe is playing for keeps in every interaction he does. Gets kept by that command grab, though, and now barely a bar to his name.
Yeah, back over there. It's going to be scary. Look at all these feints. Every single one of those. Flux Waves trying to find the opportunity to force burnout and checkmate out of Safe. But instead, it's just the portal spike that ends up causing the problem.
Frame trapped into the running throw. There you go. Oh wow, this will juggle nicely. No, I spoke too soon. Flux has had like so little luck on these juggles.
Yeah, it's certainly been a rough night for them. Safe now having this dominant corner position. Another huge jump in. You talked about the problems with the jumps. Jumping fierce seems to be the problem that Flux Waves is trying to contend with, as Safe is able to secure that round.
I feel like I've seen a lot of opportunities where Safe just doesn't feel like burning the drive meter. And notice against Flux Waves, though, not a problem for him. He is happy to burn that meter. Ooh, tries to whip punish, doesn't work out, but it's a safe Jinrai follow-up anyway. Hey, nice. Oh, wow, I'm surprised I didn't punish.
This is big as Flux Waves is back towards the corner. No whiff punish there. Safe had backed off just a little bit too much. Yeah, you knew it was going to be the toe taps because you want to force Flux Waves into burnout, but Safe has to be delicate here because reversal level 3 is going to be a threat. Cashing out the level 3 in this combo, though, and the result of this is that Flux Waves is going to come out the other side out of burnout.
And actually, yeah, as you mentioned, sets that up. I feel like every time Safe just sweeps Fluxwave off their feet when those OD departures are above him. It's like a really bizarrely consistent game plan. Man's dead, by the way. Super R3, right in there.
Yeah, a stellar check on the low forward. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the evening, right? We saw so much DJ tonight. We talked about what it was that made that character frightening in month 1. People weren't comfortable with how to check raw drive rush. Over time, people have gotten better. Ken crouching strong, low forward, both buttons that do a decent enough job in it as long as you know where to plant your feet on the screen. And Safe definitely knows where. A little bit late that time. They were a little bit too close. I think they had committed to a standing fierce already, actually.
Ghost calls out the Dragon Lash. Safe right now, not having the best of rounds. Fluxwave finally getting some momentum on their side, but man, you just can't count Safe out. He'll just rush in with his Dragon Lash again. He don't care how many times you knock him down. Good punish, getting us into the corner there.
Are you saying that when they get knocked down, they get back up again, and you, in fact, will never keep them down?
No. They're down. They're down for that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you got the wrong commentator this time. If Tom was here, all over that. Me, no, don't care.
You think he'd have a whiskey drink and a vodka drink and a song that reminds him of the good times and the song that reminds him of the bad times? Speaking of bad times, Safe having a bad time on the other end of the screen right now as they are trying to contend with all this neutral. But eventually they're going to be able to get in and start to try to get the better of this. DR in a low forward.
Okay, Genrise ahead. Just runs right into the heavy for the wall splat. Fluxwave, you know, just trying to keep as much positional as he can while he builds back that drive gauge.
Perfect parry into DI. I love that. No, but unfortunately we whiff it. It turns into a weird little gimmicky reset opportunity. We're clipped by the anti-air. We're back in a scrambly situation right now. This is scary for both of our players. Oh no.
We're going right in. Yeah. Build up that resource one more time. Burn your man out. It's not enough to kill, but I don't know if Safe has anything.
It's checkmate.
We've been here before. Yeah.
Oh.
I respect it. Just send it. There's no reason not to. If it hits, you're a god. If it doesn't, it was checkmate anyway. Who cares? Tries to punish, but man, that thing recovers too quick.
Fireball trading with the Ghost. Safe getting the worst of a lot of these interactions, but if you can force Fluxwaves to commit drive gauge to try to win their zoning game, that's not a bad little advantage for themselves. Nice little perfect parry. Using these parries to make sure that they don't end up on the back foot for drive gauge.
Jump to go over the Ghost. Fluxwave actually on the tail end of the drive gauge war, but Safe actually, and he makes a mistake, falls in. But there's the Dragon Lash.
Huge. OD Amnesia finally comes out. We hadn't seen it yet. We're not going to teleport out. In fact, Fluxwave's comfortable fighting against the wall. I think that's a spot where it's not uncommon to see them just go to the teleport and take the corner position.
At the same time, you saw what happened when he was against the wall and did OD Amnesia. You can only get that when you're at the wall. That being said, tries to the Amnesia again. I kind of respect it. It didn't work out. Fluxwave's still trying to fight his way through, but Safe kind of has a checkmate here.
Regular Amnesia connects. Jab, check, pick up. Is Safe going to be able to close this? Does have to commit the bar to be able to do so, but it is now set point for Safe to go back up to this grand finals. Is Fluxwaves going to be able to stay alive? 3 out of 5 Fluxwaves hits different. I always say it.
Tries to whip punish with that crouch trace. Whoa, the random run, probably not intended. And we just throw out this Dragon Lash because Fluxwave is looking so much for the jump in that the swift kick of the Dragon Lash is tough to account for.
Okay, fishing with this low forward, but a big jump in, but we didn't come down with the button. Finishing out the target combo there, even on block in that situation. Fluxwaves wasn't ready for it.
I mean, again, it's like, what do I lose? I frame trap him, and am I gonna be more minus and more punishable? Like, yeah, who cares? Safe right now with the corner, with a little bit of drive to his name. Does not worry about the OD amnesia. Backs off to bait it, but is okay giving up a little bit of pressure. Fluxwave's trying to make him regret it with a super R2, but no, it doesn't work out. Safe just backs off again.
Two whiff throws in that gap there as Fluxwaves is, I don't know, trying to cover their bases. I'm not rightly sure. Safe has the life lead, the bar advantage. The only thing not going Safe's way right now is that drive gauge. Oh, actually gets the worst of that fireball interaction now. 30 seconds left on the clock, and it is beholden to Safe to try to make something happen here. Plus Frames comes out. That delay on the crouching strong was so strong, but a big whiff punish out of Fluxwaves. We have the level 1 in the tank to try to close it, but we don't even need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Save the bar. Thank God we didn't need to use it because we're going to need that level 3. Safe is still on set point in our losers final here. Throwing him for loops once more and spending right away just to build back that gauge.
Okay, level 3 comes out from Safe. Little spoiler alert on the side there.
Oh no, Joe's just getting ready.
Sure, that's what's going on. It's not that Safe is going to get the better of this as jab checks come out. One more touch is all that it's going to take. Parry into level 2 out of Fluxwaves as they're trying to work their way out of the corner. Drive reversal, we still get smoked.
Yeah, the drive reversal comes out a little too soon, but the jump in lands on top of the departure. And yep, Safe is going to take it 3-2 over Fluxwave. And here we go. One more time. All right. Joe gonna go up against Safe in grand finals.
Yep. Ken versus Luke. You know, somebody in chat was like, Ken versus Luke grand finals, hell yeah. I hope that's not sarcastic, because you know what? No, this is no reflection on Fluxwaves, but I'm happy to not see JP. I saw an awful lot of JP tonight, but hey, big ups to Fluxwaves getting that 3rd place finish, 35 points on the leaderboard, which brings them up to 140 points going into the final of these. So again, we do need to see the final leaderboard after tonight, but I am fairly certain that with tonight's performance, Fluxwaves is all but guaranteed to go to our regional finals. What matters now is seeding, and Joe and Safe are going to have something to say about who is going to be where in that bracket. Houseman, we have watched all of the action tonight. We have watched both of these players play their sets. If you had to put your neck on the line, who's taking this bracket right now in Grands? Is it Joe or is it Safe?
Man, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. I'm not even going down by character tools because I think this matchup's like somewhat even. Maybe slightly in Ken's favor. I do think Joe's anti-airs are slightly better. So if it's that, I think it comes down to that. But man, I'm a betting man normally. It's a problem, but like I wouldn't bet on this. It's gonna go either way. I have no idea.
I think the fact that like the thing that clinches it for me, if Safe was in winner's side, I think I would feel safe in betting on Safe. No pun intended, although the pun was intended and I'm a filthy liar. But with Joe being on the winner's side, having an extra set to play with, it feels so difficult. Now, you highlighted Joe's anti-airs compared to Safe's. I feel like Safe has been in matchups that have been played much more grounded. So are Joe's anti-airs better, or has Joe been playing against people where it has to go to the air more frequently so his anti-airs just come up more? I don't know which it is.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, you know, people will say, oh, it's Ken because Ken's top 1 and blah, 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 blah. Man, it could go either way. This is going to be explosive set. It's going to come down to who can keep the other one out better while being able to just get in themselves. Joe and Mirogan, Safe for your grand finals of World Warrior event number 4 for Canada East. Crouch medium punch is the first big blow for Safe. Joe, wow, that's a weird combo, but thankfully it works out.
Right, and Joe having about a 45-50% life lead right now, has Safe locked down in the corner. And Joe, again, I've been impressed with the patience and reservation that Joe has been demonstrating so far this evening. He's really got his head on straight for tonight's bracket.
When you have Luke crouch medium punch, you can wait a while. You can just sit there with that button. In fact, the only one that got whiff punish was that crouch medium kick Joe overextended with. Safe getting immediate corner with that. Nearly whiff punishing the throw, but it was just too far away. Tries to punish the sandblast, but it was a little too late. There's the punish that you want.
All right, throw loop city here for Safe. Gets the wall slump off of the DI in the first round. Here goes for Safe. Joe played that really well while they had the initiative, but once Safe got in the driver's seat, it just bulldozes their way. We are playing for corner carry, my friend.
I feel like that Dragon Lash is to specifically call out the crouch options that make up a lot of Joe's neutral. Safe cashing out again. We've seen it a million times. Doing it while the drive gauge is low on his end so he can build it up again.
Yep, gives him the advantage. Joe back up against the wall. What a pickup right into the level 3. Fantastic confirm out of Joe Marogan. I don't quite think this is going to equalize the life. Yeah, Joe has a very slight deficit, but getting the drive gauge advantage and the back throw gives him positional advantage as well.
Has to block all these normals and nearly burns out Safe. Fights back a little bit and evens things out. Perfect parry, man. You feel like Safe's ready with the perfect parries there. Joe right now buffering a little bit. Oh, that's a clean hit! And that should easily kill Joe, evening out the rounds. We're not done with the first game just yet. Sit back, relax, see how this plays out.
Oh, you reach, I teach. Safe gets the better of it. OD Dragon Lash to get the side swap, I guess because we wanted to play for the other side of the screen. Hey, how do you like P2 side, Joe Marogan asks Safe. Reversal level 1 is going to go through the Jinrai kick pressure.
Ooh, that heavy version, the OD version, busting through.
Wow,
Cute
Joe!
Cute use of that air knuckle, man.
We're okay to block this out. We are out of burnout, but we let go of down back at exactly the second that we needed to try to make it happen for ourselves. Safe draws first blood here as Joe runs out of steam defensively at the last second.
Oh boy. You definitely feel like Joe is trying to space out the stand fierce along with the crouching medium punch just so he doesn't get caught by those options that we saw earlier, the Dragon Lash in particular. Everything working well for Joe after punishing the target combo mid-string. But Safe right now, fighting back still. Jesus, I need to know his perfect parry count on the Sandblast, because they are stupid high at this point.
Yeah, man, don't miss. He also don't miss his whiff punishes as he catches out Joe reaching with that crouching strong. Joe has to spend his OD uppercut to try to earn a little bit of space out. But another thing Safe has been doing really well is peppering in these OD fireballs and catching out Joe when he's trying to burn a little bit of time and earn a little bit of space. Safe isn't letting him have it, now having corner control.
Parry after parry. Oh, the jump in hits, and I think that's the first one of the set, but I bet you it won't be the last.
Right, 80 crouch strong connects. OD knuckle, we don't want to spend the bar if we don't have to. You reach, I teach.
It was a little scary not spending it on the DDT, but you know what? It paid off, and I love seeing that move, so kudos to Joe. Man, I'm sure he's practiced that a lot, but Safe is making these perfect parries on the Sandblast look effortless.
All right, corner control looking really solid here for Safe. A little unfortunate timing there on the DR, but you know you've got Joe's back up against the wall. And once again, the OD fireball out of Safe. You want the perfect parry counter? I want to know how many times Safe OD fireballs and gets a full combo because Joe had the audacity to think he could play a fireball game there. OD Sandblast gets called out hard and Safe is up 2-0.
It is. Right now, Joe hasn't really been playing around Safe's drive gauge. obviously they keep it in mind, but they haven't been trying to force out of it. And part of that is just because of how oppressive Safe's neutral has been. The Dragon Lash, the frankly better buttons have allowed Safe to really kind of neuter Joe's sense of neutral. And right now it's paying its toll. Parries away.
Yep, and we're handing Safe drive gauge. Joe puts himself in burnout. He's still back towards the wall. Regular throw here, unfortunately. We're back to mid-screen, but Safe can dial up the intensity here if they feel so inclined. Crouching Fierce whiffs.
Okay, we're going to keep trying to pressure while the burnout exists. But honestly, life's even until now. Joe gets that clean hit.
Oh, no!
Way. Not another.
That was supposed to be a standing roundhouse. Okay, the DI, that was a weird spot for Safe to DI too. He wouldn't have been able to live through armoring through something, so.
It was a choice, didn't pay out, and now Joe is trying to make this opportunity pay off in spades. Empty jump into the throw, the safest option there. Safe right now, taking 2 throws. Was willing to take a third, but Joe got a little greedy on the crouch medium punch.
I think you should always throw on 3. See if somebody is worried about the rule of 3s or not.
I don't think anybody but us theater people care about the rule of 3.
That's not a theater thing, man.
It's a cinema
That's
thing.
A lit
I know.
Yeah.
It is a lit thing too, actually. Yeah. Ooh, buffering that light. Hey, there's the whiff punish. You think he's looking to anti-air? Nah, he's looking to catch you on the ground.
It's like, I've seen this one too many times. Counter DI comes out of Joe, who's going to get the better of this and get a first game on the board here in Grand Finals. Counter DI coming out clutch there at a critical spot. I feel like if you're Joe, you do not want to see a bracket reset right now, at least not a 3-0. I don't think you want to give Safe that degree of momentum.
Jeez, it's just a walk under. I feel like I'm back in Street Fighter 5. Good old Street Fighter 5. There's the first throw. There's the second. Went for the third like you told him to, and it didn't work out. There's the whiff punish, though. Safe now, having this corner. 2 throws. Oh, jeez. I swear to God, that stand heavy punch goes back in time and hits you in the face. It's incredible.
It's a good button, man. But Safe is good at placing it. Finds the whiff punish with the throw. There, he placed it immaculately. Once again, man has the eye of an artiste. I got to tell you.
This is a reset point, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
This corner position looking real dominant for Safe right now. Just shy of a third bar. No, we don't find the anti-air.
That's the one challenge with Safe focusing so much on the neutral game, hoping to have crouch heavy punch be his go-to anti-air. It does leave him vulnerable to some of the best jump-ins in the game. Oh, he tried to perfect parry it, but it didn't work. Oh, and he got it anyway. He got it anyway.
All right. Reset point.
That's done. That bracket is reset. That is it.
I love watching Joe play, but I said up top, if Safe and Joe were on the same side of the bracket, I mean, I said if Safe was in winner's side, I wouldn't feel great, but that performance was on a loser's side. So I feel like Joe has a tall hill to climb here. The ground control out of Safe has just been so good.
It's rough, man. Like, here's the thing. We were doing the pre-game analysis, and I was thinking, man, Luke and Ken should be even. And somebody said, oh, no, it's Ken. And, man, seeing Safe use some of those options from that Ken has, the Dragon Lash, which stopped coming out as soon as it punished counter crouch medium punch. Man, I feel like Safe has put the fear of God into Joe, and it's really neutered some of that game plan that has been so tough for everybody else in the cast to deal with.
I think you're absolutely right. And now Joe already back up against the wall. And with the amount that his reversals have been blown up as well, I feel like there's so much to dissuade Joe from playing the video game right now. Safe firmly in the driver's seat. Meaty stand fierce.
Yeah, and right now it feels like Joe's last hope was maybe a little bit of Sandblast, and the perfect parry even calls that out, which makes me think that maybe if Joe had the perfect parry around the Dragon Lash as a last chance option, like maybe there'd be some kind of fight back here and there. At least he's able to get a nice hit into the standard perfect knuckle combos.
Wow.
Right now,
you can
Joe
see that Safe is incorporating perfect parry on the Sandblast and going for the DR behind it. Every time Joe goes for Sandblast, he's actually handing the turn back to Safe because Safe is doing such a great job of moving in behind it. I don't know what the answer there is. It's like Joe needs to find a rhythm that's going to blow up Safe for being so comfortable perfect parrying the fireball. But how do you blow somebody up for having a good feel of your fireball game?
I honest to God, I think it's reaction. I genuinely think it's reaction from Safe. Like,
look at that.
It's reaction. There's no throwing your rhythm off if the guy's just waiting till you do it. But the jump-ins have been getting a little better, able to get over for Safe, but not able to really take advantage of it. Whiffs his combo, but Joe not able to punish. Probably still stuck in hit stun from the last hit. God, Safe is just relentless. That being said, Joe able to get the last round. Safe losing a little bit on that parry attempt.
Oh what? My God, he knew that it was going to be played for burnout. How far is Safe going to press the issue? You know what? If Joe reversal level 3s, you don't die.
Safe could set up a chip. Yeah, that's dead.
Oh, we didn't have to pick up.
Yep. That was just a no-win scenario there for Joe. Safe takes game number 1. You see Joe using some light Sandblast to call out the drive parry attempts. But man, again, that Dragon Lash comes out round 1 and Joe just has nothing to do against it.
Yeah, and Joe is just getting whopped right now. Safe is looking so firmly in control.
Yeah. That's the DP you don't want to see.
I think we're close to Ethernet cord removal territory, Houseman. This is how demoralizing this matchup feels like it is for Joe right now.
Right now, at least, yeah. Tries to jump the fireball, gets caught by it. Safe right now with the corner pressure. Big whiff, but no
late on the
punish.
whiff punish.
But like, for Safe, it's like, who cares? I just drive rush anyway. Oh, he tries to jump, but gets caught, and the uppercut comes out. Safe is up 2-0 against Joe and Rogan after the reset bracket.
And we're loading right back. Oh, no, okay, we are going back. I don't know if Joe has another character, but I appreciate Joe taking a breather because the way that this momentum has been swinging for him right now is really problematic. I think you need a reset. I think you need to really think about what's going on in the ground game and try to bring a different energy. What that energy is about to be, I'm going to be honest with you. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't offer an adjustment for Joe to make because I feel like he's just getting mauled. I guess be more willing to take the throw, like, or be more patient defensively.
I have no backseat. I shouldn't even say it like that, but like, I have no comment for Joe. Like, man, if he pulls off a game from this set, he will have my respect. I've been in this space against players who are just outplaying me in some way, or against a character I feel like is just outmaneuvering me, and I can't recover from it. If Joe even gets a game here, he'll have my respect.
Clipped trying to walk back. Safe is more than ready to follow up off of that DR. Okay, crouching strong out of Joe in the shimmy situation, and we get the side swap. Joe gets the better of this corner position now. Level 1 through, but it doesn't beat the fireball. I cannot believe that he pumped parry there.
Why? I don't even understand. Toe tapper into the target combo. That'll kill. All right. Joe getting around, bringing himself back up a little bit. That might have just been the small pep talk he needed. Toe tapper starts Safe off in a good way into the corner. Ooh, the meaty overhead.
Once you're in the corner against Ken, it can feel so scary. We get the wall splat here, commit an extra bar for the OD Jinrai just for a little bit more meter build, a little bit more loop. Meaty Fierce. Okay.
Wow, we've seen this
throw
before.
Again off the side swap.
that delay drive rush from Safe, man.
Oh man. So I liked Joe did make an adjustment there. It's this recognition of like, oh, okay, Safe has a great read on my counter poke timings of when I'm taking my turn and is walking back and clipping my walk with low forward. So Joe did wait that extra second. The problem is there's so many dimensions to Safe's play. It's not that easy. Nice
Okay,
cross-cut
catches
DP.
him. Gets blocked out. There's no punish for that. Gets shimmied a little bit. The damage is rough, but the drive gauge depletion is rougher. This is tournament point for Safe. Joe is now burnt in the corner. Safe is full drive gauge as well.
And look at this. All of these gaps are like, when are you going to reversal? Oh, the cheeky air flash knuckle comes out once again. Joe is able to get that game on the board, thus earning your respect. So if nothing else, Joe comes away with that this evening. But now, 1-2 post-bracket reset, still has an opportunity to play for those additional 10 points that separate first and second place finish this evening.
Oh god, there it comes again. The Dragon Lash just blows up the crouch medium punch, which Joe uses to control the neutral. Stand fierce though, becoming essentially a tit for tat against Safe. Like, okay, you're gonna go over my low hitting options. I'm just gonna throw out this haymaker.
All right, parry coming out from Joe, who's a little bit more willing to slow this down. No follow-up off the counter hit, crouching medium kick.
Hey! This might be the start of something here. Tries to shimmy, no bite.
Oh. All right, corner control, wanted for the whiff punish. Safe was a little bit late.
Oh no!
Oh man.
No cancel into the level 2 though. Probably wouldn't have killed anyway.
Yeah, Safe is playing conservative with the bar, absolutely.
And there it goes. Joe taking another round.
This little bit of patience out of Joe is making a big difference so far right now. What a pickup. It's that extra quarter seconds hesitation before he hits a button, and that's what's catching out Safe.
The neutral jumps now, trying to call out those haymaker stand heavy punches, but Safe actually manages to get a clean jump in as Joe just goes right under him.
All right, burning this level 3 early. I like this. It gives you the life lead. You can play the rest of the round slower and still have a fair bit of bar going into what might be the final round. The earlier you spend it, the better. Once you're at full super, that's just resources that you're not getting back later.
Boy, you see those parries coming out again. Empty jump to call out whatever Safe was going to try to anti-air with. Oh, what a whip punish, but wasn't confident in it.
I don't know if he wasn't confident. I think he didn't want to risk putting himself in burnout. I think he was worried about how tentative his position was in this spot. So now, not in burnout with 1 bar left in the corner, waiting this out. This is still certainly a doable round here for Safe. You just can't afford to make any mistakes. Go forward connects. All these parries are helping jump in, but Joe was late with the button.
Wow, just blocks it, and it's close enough! Safe gets splat. And with that, we are 2-all in the set. Grand finals for tournament number 4 of the World Warrior Series.
I cannot believe that Joe has brought this back around. Safe is having to be so much more delicate in how they're playing, but you can still get that whiff punish on the low strong just fine. Corner control now in Safe's favor, and the reversal timings starting to work for Joe Mirogan. For the first time in the set, they hadn't really gone his way so far.
Okay, yeah, less committal anti-air from Safe means he can still catch the air knuckle on the recovery.
Waiting it out, standing short. What an adjustment here out of Safe, using an early standing light kick to preemptively blow up Joe for trying to take his turn, and we are at tournament point for Safe. What an adaptation to cycle around the neutral buttons.
There's the reversal option right away from Joe. What, dude, what are these super art ones? Like seriously, what is this? Woo! I know what that is, though. Calling it out the Dragon Lash.
Okay. Picking it up, back, safe. Has so little drive gauge. OD Sandblast specifically to force the issue, but Joe can't really afford to block much either. OD Sandblast of his own. Safe actually can't throw another fireball because Joe can just press the issue with a level 1. That's best case scenario. No, does not fall with a button.
Dang, he didn't have level 3 yet. Didn't have the meter. Spends it all now just trying to catch him. Oh, the toe tapper hit. What an uppercut.
Play for burnout, crouching fierce, final game, final roundhouse, man. Who's it gonna be?
Oh my god, they're both sitting on full stick. They're both sitting on so much damage.
Standing short, nothing behind it.
Defensive jump back. Gets thrown this time. Joe stuck in the corner here. Neutral jump to call out the heavy punch, but no, the toe tapper comes in from Joe.
We went for meaty this time, but Safe has been willing to take that throw in that position 100% of the time. Joe finally rolls the dice differently. Reversal level 3 to beat the Dragon Lash. That's going to be an early lead here for Joe, but Safe still has 3 bars critically. Safe not in CA range, so a little bit of damage left on the table. Safe may not live through another combo.
This could come down to a drive rush combo. Could come down to a jump in. It could come down to a throw. Oh, he tried for the OD Sandblast and it just didn't come out fast enough.
Okay. Yeah, Safe throwing his own fireballs. He wants so badly for Joe to commit to the ground game too much, and he ought to do it for Joe. Almost finds the throw. What a throw tech out of Safe.
Safe.
These perfect parries.
Oh, he's not gonna live!
He's gonna die!
Oh my god. Joe has done it. Oh my lord. He has prevented the 6